For more than 40 years, he taught Missoula school children how to keep the beat, play an instrument, and to love music. But even retirement didn't slow down Gary Gillette, who is making sure Missoula's music history will stand the test of time. Music has always been a part of what makes Missoula, Missoula. And on many summer nights, you'll find people enjoying live music at the band shell at Bonner Park. The Missoula City Band is older than Montana. Established in 1865, the oldest musical organization in town. And longtime City Band director Gary Gillette thought it was time some of its rich history found its way into a book. So he wrote one.
For the last 10 years, I've been dabbling with it. And then in my retirement, I decided to spend a year researching, which was just so much fun. And I found myself to be a band nerd junkie history buff.
It's called Missoula City Band, Stories in Time. Gary jokes if you're a musician, you get the pun. He dug through archives, found photos hanging in bars and museums, and traveled the state for his research. He had some help from local history buffs along the way.
I spent plenty of time over in Helena at the historical museum there, up and down the valley, talking to old people. I drove to Miles City and interviewed an old geezer that used to play in this band, but the vast majority came from little news blurbs in the paper.
The band played in wartime, peacetime, to welcome presidential candidates, celebrate store openings or community events. The Missoula City Band represented the rhythm of the times. Gary tells the stories of the maestros and the band members. He's showing off his book at this Wednesday's City Band concert with a nod to his predecessor, Alexander Steffanzoff, and the music from the past.
All the tunes on the program will be things that I've chronicled in the book of being played maybe, I think the earliest one is, in 1870 or something like that.
And now that a decade's worth of work sits between these pages, what's Gary thinking about his trip through time?
The only surprise of the book for me when it came was, God, all that work and it's that thin, because I had good editors that kept saying, oh, come on, make that shorter. Can you not be so wordy? Well, it's a little thin, but what, I don't know, I guess, see, 100, just a little bit over 100 pages.
He said you could read it on your deck in the afternoon and love it. This Wednesday, June 20th at 8 o'clock, Gillette formally releases the book. It's during the evening concert at Bonner Park. And as you heard, some vintage music will be highlighted. Proceeds from the sales of this book go to the Missoula City Band.